Hey Kings and Dragons, Dragon King 551, and today we're going to talk about 3 different rumors of the TVDU universe, which is the Vampire Diaries universe. So, the first rumor that I ever heard was that there was going to be another spin-off of Legacies. So there was going to be a 4th spin-off show. But with the butchering of Legacies, I was just like, I don't know. I mean, come on, you effed it over with gods and everything instead of just keeping it vampires, werewolves, and witches. I was just like, I don't know, but I understand because they were trying to make someone more powerful for Hope, how Klaus was the most powerful being at the time because he's a hybrid, but then you had to make more powerful witches like Dahlia and the Hollow and stuff. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't know about that one. So that was the first rumor. The second rumor was that there was going to be a season 9 of Vampire Diaries. The problem with that, though, is going to be the same problem with the new convention confirmed thing that just came out, and I'm going to get into that momentarily. The problem with Vampire Diaries season 9 is this. Paul Wesley has also confirmed that I don't think he wants to come back or play Stefan Salvatore, and it doesn't make sense. As a great friend and TV show and movie series I used to watch, which was Spy Kids, the final line of the 4th film was, you can never go back. You have to enjoy the time you had with it. And the answer here is the same way. You can never go back in Vampire Diaries. You can only enjoy what you had the moments with. Yes, the Michelsons can come back if they wanted to into a season 9. However, let's talk about this. Season 5 of Vampire Diaries crosses over with Season 1 of the originals. Season 7 and Season 3 cross over with each other in the originals and Vampire Diaries. By that point, they're both 2013. At the end of Vampire Diaries, it is 2018. That's an 8-year, that's the first time jump, which is 5 years. So that means Hope is 7 years old, okay? So that's the first thing. So that means that Stefan probably dies at the end of that, and, that's where he dies, and season 8 is that. Now, 8.5 years later is when Hope is 15 years old. It's 2026. It's been 8 years since Stefan has died. Now it's Klaus's turn, and he's going to pass away. So then the timeline takes another 2-year time jump, and we're in the years of 2028 into Legacies. Take another 2-year time jump. Hope is 19, 20, 30 roughly, and probably like the last season ends out in 2031 when Lizzie's 18 years old. She's a heretic, and Hope is the tribrid at 20 years old. The problem with that is you can never go back. All the heretics, except for Valerie, are dead. Klaus is dead. Elijah's dead. Finn is dead. You can't bring them back in except for Rebecca, Cole, Marcel, and the other Michelson family through marriage and stuff with them being them. Then you also got Hope and stuff. And it would really probably be cool because Catherine was kind of the one who kind of gave the idea for Klaus, and that's how Originals kind of started with backstory with Catherine. But it probably would have been awesome to see like Catherine and Elena's reaction to Hope Michelson and Klaus having a child and creating the most powerful being in the world thanks to having a loophole of magic and stuff. But the other thing here is, if you were to do a season 9, it wouldn't make sense because then it would have to catch up to the timeline of Legacies and everything else, or it would have to catch up to season 5 of the originals or something because it would be 2026 or 2031, whatever it is, and stuff. And you're already past that point. I mean, yeah, you could probably do a prequel season or something, or something along the lines of that, but it just doesn't make sense to the storyline or anything. And that's my biggest concern with the new project that they confirmed at the newest convention I was feeling epic in 2023, which is that the Vampire Diaries want to make a movie, the Vampire Diaries movie. And I'm just like, how are you supposed to do that? And who's going to be in the movie? Are you going to allow Jenny Boyd and Kelly Bryant and Daniel Rose Russell and those 3 to be in the movie? Are you going to allow Heretic Lizzie and, Tribrid Hope be in the movie? Or is it going to be where it's going to be a completely different thing where it's a prequel movie? Because let's face it, all these characters are dead. Mr. Lockwood is dead. Tyler Lockwood is dead. His whole family's dead. Valerie is alive. Vicky is dead. You know, and that motherfucker Matt Donovan still is alive, which I don't understand how he survived. Stefan is dead. Damon and Elena are human at this point. Catherine is dead. Caroline is the only one that's really a vampire out of that Scooby-Doo gang left. Bonnie's still alive at one point and stuff. The heretics are all dead and stuff except for Valerie. The Silas is dead. The Hollow is dead. Klaus is dead. Elijah is dead. Ken is dead. Malivore is dead. The only people that you have left that are probably like somewhat in tune with it is you got all the Michelsons, which can still be villains and heroes at the same time. You have Hope Michelson. You have Lizzie Saltzman Salvatore of Forbes, or whatever name you want to throw behind her name at this point. And ultimately, you're just in a wormhole of can of worms at this point because you know what you're trying to do. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to rival Teen Wolf because they did a movie and now they're coming out with a second effing movie. Let me know. Was it actually good and stuff? Where like the show picked up and stuff. If you Teen Wolf fans come out of the woodwork, tell me, was it actually good from the end of Teen Wolf show to the continuation into the movie series? Because for me, I don't think Vampire Diaries can do it because you have 3 fucking spin-off shows. That's your freaking problem, and the timeline has already accelerated all the way from the ending, which is 2026, which is actually 3 years away from the timeline that we live in right now, to all the way to this a 7-year time jump, really 10 year. I guess you could say about 10 years away, to 2031. 2031 is the final year and stuff. So, actually, let's say 5-year time jump. So, a 5-year fucking time jump from 2026 to the end of Legacies is 2031, really. And that is the end of the gods, Malivore, and everything, and Aurora. Aurora is also dead. I forgot to mention that. Also, Tristan's dead and Lucian's dead. And any other person, Esther, Michael, whatever. That's your problem. Because you don't have all of these characters to run with. There's no other side anymore. I don't know how you would get them to come back. Just say magic or something, I guess. But at this time, I've lost how they can do a movie. And no one should have that motherfucker Rick Saltzman in the movie because that bitch needs to fucking die. I'm sick and tired of him, and I'm sick and tired of Matt Donovan. Kill both of them while you're at it and stuff. Because I'm sick and tired of both of them. And Rick, I've already talked about why I hate Rick. Okay, I've always hated him in Legacies and stuff. I thought he was cool in Vampire Diaries when he had his powers. It would have been awesome for him to have his powers in Legacies. But, they fucked it up. And ultimately, it is what it is. But I digress. The point is that I personally don't think that it's a good idea to do another spinoff. I personally don't think it's a good idea to try to bring back what was season 9 because you just can't do it. And I personally do not believe it is a good idea to do this movie because, again, you can never go back. You can only stay forward with what you have. And it's a mistake if they're doing the Vampire Diaries movie, but not incorporating Danielle Rose Russell and these other characters into it and these other actors that already have the character and the timeline is already effed up and screwy. So those are my thoughts. Until next time, guys, don't forget to stay radical. I'll see you in the next one. And as the Michelsons say, always and forever. We'll see if it truly is that because I'm sick and tired of trying to talk about this, and I really don't know where they're going to go.